Have you ever stopped to think about this? Not in a superficial way, but in a thought that shakes you on the inside. What if I told you that there still exist, in this very world, physical objects that Jesus touched with his own hands? Objects that were not only part of his life, but were silent witnesses of miracles, tears, walks, decisions, prayers, and moments that changed the history of the universe. Imagine it for a moment. Jesus, the Son of God, the Creator made flesh, walking on ground that still exists, touching stones that are still there, sitting in places you can still visit, resting his hands on rocks that remain intact after 2,000 years. Objects that, if they could speak, would tell stories no book could contain. Today I'm going to reveal 10 sacred objects, 10 authentic traces, 10 fragments of the physical world that Jesus touched, and that still stand today. And let me warn you from the beginning. When you hear this list, when you picture these places, when you understand the hidden meaning behind each one, you will never see the Bible the same again. You will never pray the same again. You will never live the same again. Because these objects are not simple relics. They are doors. Doors to the past. Doors to the Spirit. Doors to a deeper revelation. First object, the stone of the Nativity. In Bethlehem, going down ancient stairs inside the Basilica of the Nativity, there is a grotto, a small, humble, silent cave. There, in a corner protected by marble and a silver star, lies the stone where, according to tradition, Jesus was born. That stone was beneath the Creator when he took his first breath as a man. That stone felt the weight of the newborn who would change the world. That stone saw Mary wrapping the child, Joseph watching in awe, the shepherds entering trembling with emotion. Today, you can touch it. You can kneel before it. And the extraordinary thing is that this stone survived empires, wars, fires, looting, and persecution. Why is it still there? Maybe because God knew there would be a generation that needed to see evidence. A generation like ours. Second object, the original manger. Although many people don't know this, fragments of the manger where the baby Jesus was placed still exist. They are in Rome, inside the Basilica of St. Mary Major. Pieces of very ancient wood, kept like a treasure. It is not an elegant manger. It was a feeding trough, a place for animals. But that wood held the one who holds the entire universe. That wood touched the skin of God, made man. And in that most vulnerable moment, God revealed his message. Greatness is revealed in the small. Heaven enters through humility. Third object, the workshop of Nazareth. Before preaching, Jesus worked. Before doing miracles, he sanded wood. Before carrying the cross, he carried beams. In Nazareth, archaeological excavations uncovered a first-century workshop that aligns with the tradition of the home of Joseph and Mary. There, Jesus learned the craft of carpentry. That stone table, those walls, those tools, were part of his daily life. Jesus had the hands of a worker, and that workshop still stands as a witness that God understands human exhaustion because he lived it himself. Fourth object, the stone of temptation. In the Judean desert, on the slope of the Mount of Temptation, there is a massive rock. A rock where Jesus likely rested during his fast. A rock that witnessed the most intense spiritual battle before the cross. There, Jesus faced temptation, not from physical strength, but from physical weakness. There, he said, "It is written." There, he defeated what Adam could not defeat. That rock remains there, unmoving and imposing, like a natural monument raised by God, to remind us that true victory begins in the secret place, not in the public stage. Fifth object, the boat of the Sea of Galilee. In 1986, when the water level dropped, a boat emerged from the mud, more than 2,000 years old, built with the same techniques, wood, and style used in the time of Jesus. Though we cannot confirm it is the exact boat, it is identical to the ones Peter, John, and Jesus used. That boat represents the daily life of Jesus, the early mornings, the storms, the sermons from the water, the miracles, the encounters. The boat is a symbol of mission, faith, and trust. Seeing it in person is like seeing an echo of the gospel materialized. Sixth object, the basalt road of Capernaum. If you want to literally walk where Jesus walked, this is the place. In Capernaum, the city of Jesus, there is a road made of black stones from the 1st century. Jesus stepped on those stones. There he healed Peter's mother-in-law. There he preached multiplication. There he met with crowds hungry for truth. Every stone is a silent witness of the Master. It is one of the few places where time has changed nothing. Seventh object, the stone of Gethsemane. In the Garden of Olives, there is a rock where Jesus prayed before being betrayed. There he knelt. There he sweat like drops of blood. There he said the most powerful phrase of obedience, "Not my will, but yours be done." That stone absorbed divine tears. That stone witnessed Jesus' most human moment and his most divine. Today it is there, protected, intact, visited by millions. Object, the pavement of the Praetorium. In Jerusalem, beneath the modern city, there is a Roman pavement called Gabbatha. There Jesus was judged by Pilate. There he was beaten. There they mocked him. On that floor, there are carvings made by Roman soldiers, cruel games used to humiliate prisoners. Jesus stood on those stones. There, the king was treated like a criminal, so you and I could be treated like children. Ninth object, the original Via Dolorosa. Not all of the current Via Dolorosa is modern. There are sections where the stones are ancient, real, untouched. Jesus walked on that ground while carrying the cross. There he fell. There he left traces of blood. There the prophecy was fulfilled. Like a lamb led to the slaughter. It is impossible to walk on those stones without feeling the weight of what he did. Tenth object, the Holy Sepulchre. The tomb where Jesus was placed after dying. A 1st century Jewish tomb, archaeologically confirmed. That stone touched his body. That stone saw his death, but it also saw the greatest triumph in history, the resurrection. It is the only tomb in the world without a body, because it is empty. Empty, but fuller of meaning than any place on earth. And now listen to this. These 10 objects are not relics to be worshipped. They are reminders. They are footprints. They are signs left for a generation that forgot the sacred. A generation that trusts more in screens than in prayer, more in noise than in silence, more in emotion than in truth. But these objects stand there, defying time, as if God were saying, "I was here, I walked here, I lived here, I exist." And the deepest truth is this: Jesus doesn't want you to only remember what he touched. He wants to touch your life today. He wants to walk with you as he walked through Galilee. He wants to speak to you as he spoke to his disciples. He wants to lift you up as he lifted the fallen. He wants to give you hope as he gave to the forgotten. Because although these objects are sacred, the most sacred thing Jesus ever touched was not a stone, nor a boat, nor a tomb. It was the human heart. And that, bro, is still the greatest miracle.